So if you're looking for the ultimate one-size-fits-all cold weather fragrance, then today's episode might be right up your street, because I'm giving my thoughts on the much hyped, much loved SPICEBOMB Extreme from Viktor Rolf. To find out everything you need to know about this bad boy, stay tuned to Mags Frags. Yes, hello again everybody, and welcome to another episode of Mags Frags. I'm Paul, and this is day 94 of my Fragrance 365 project, where I give my thoughts on a different fragrance every day for a whole year. So I just want to, you may hear some rumbling. We're in the middle of a bit of a storm at the moment in the UK, and the rain is absolutely pouring onto the to the roof of my little studio here. So if you can hear it, I do apologise. So today's scent of the day is SPICEBOMB Extreme from Viktor Rolf, which is an oriental spicy fragrance that was launched in 2015. This is an eau de parfum concentration, and it comes in a 50ml and 90ml bottle size. I can't believe it's taken up till day 94 for me to talk about this one, so let's not waste any more time. Let's get straight into it. Yeah, the bottle comes in the usual hand grenade shaped bottle design, and then at the side we've got the grenade pull pin, which features the Viktor Rolf logo there. That's to stop you from pressing down the atomizer by accident. The glass is opaque. It comes in this black finish, but so you can't see the level of your juice you have left, which always infuriates me. But then there's this copper. You've got the copper band that runs through the centre of the bottle there, which features the name of the house and also the name of the fragrance. And at the bottom, we've got a sticker which contains a bit more product information, and you've also got your batch code on there. I think the design on this one is okay. It's a little bit quirky. It's kind of a bit tacky as well, but when they're all lined up in a collection, they all look really good because they've all got the different little colourways. The spray distribution is really nice. It's got a really nice, decent sprayer, and yeah, the presentation, it's going to be loved and loathed in equal measure, but I'd give it a 8 or a 9 out of 10. Yeah, so the top notes in this one are bergamot, cinnamon and black pepper. In the heart there's lavender, cumin and elemi, and in the base there's tobacco, vanilla, iris and labdanum. So this one opens up with, not surprisingly, a large hit of pepperiness that wraps around the note of lavender. It sounds like a bit of a strange combination, but it's actually really enjoyable and a bit of a treat to the senses. You can really pick up on the lavender in the first few minutes. Then the cinnamon, the cumin and black pepper produce a warm, tart spiciness that kind of sits on top of a base of tobacco and vanilla that sweetens everything up ever so slightly. But this is not what I would call a sweet fragrance, and it's definitely not as sweet as you think it's going to be with those kind of notes that are in the base. I have to be honest, this wasn't a love at first sniff for me, and it's not one that stands out on a tester strip when you're kind of sampling them in the shop. The opening isn't that great, and my first impression of it was that it smelled like a synthetic overdose of chemicals. It was only after I got it home with the tester strip that I began to think it was really good. It's one that takes a few full wearings in the winter months to fully appreciate what it's all about. And I'd say this one is a masculine gem of a fragrance, to be fair. It does a little bit of everything just perfectly. There's a big hit of spiciness, hence the name, and there's also some woodiness in there and a bit of sweetness also. The cinnamon stays from the beginning right the way through into the far dry down, which always makes me think of kind of the festive season, but this is way much more than a Christmas scent. This one is an ideal cold weather fragrance, but it's fairly versatile, so you could wear it pretty much all year round. The only time I wouldn't really apply it is in the dead heat of summertime, but apart from that, I'd say this is a pretty much a dumb reach fragrance that will cover you for almost any occasion. I'd be happy to wear it dressed up for a special occasion or a night out on the town, or it's one that you can just kind of casually throw on during the day with a pair of jeans and a t-shirt. I'd go easy on the sprayer if you plan to wear it as a work fragrance, because this could become a little bit annoying in a confined space like a small office. The performance on this one is huge for me, but I've come across a few comments in the forums with people claiming that some of the batches don't seem to be as potent as other ones, but isn't that probably said about every fragrance that's ever been released? I personally don't ever get too wrapped up in reformulations and batch codes, etc. I leave that to the serious fragrance boffins and the experts out there, because I can't ever really tell a difference from one batch to another, but all I know is that I get a good 7 to 8 hours out of this one, and always have done whatever batch I've ever used. So yeah, it's got a really solid projection for the first couple of hours at least, and I would say, take it from me, that there's nothing to be concerned about with the performance on this one. I would say this one is the most popular one in this line, and it's definitely my favourite for sure. It's very rare that a flanker is released that's actually better than the original, but in this case of this one, not only does it outshine the original version, it also wipes the floor with all the versions that have come after it. So I'm starting to wonder if Viktor and Rolf will ever come up with a fragrance that betters this one. It's at the pricier end of the designer fragrance market at £90 for 90 millilitres. So when you're kind of getting up to that £1 per millilitre price point, you're edging very close to the niche side. But this one just does everything perfectly, so I'd say it's well worth it. This is a 10 out of 10 cold weather fragrance, so if you haven't already tried this one, make it your top priority, because it's kind of a staple. It's a must for any man's collection. Yeah, so once again, that's about it for today's scent of the day. Tomorrow I'm talking about one that I didn't know it even existed until I stumbled across it online a few days ago. So I snapped up a bottle and it still hasn't been delivered, so hopefully it will be delivered tomorrow. So make sure to tune in to see which one I'm talking about. If you found this video useful, please don't forget to give it a like and also subscribe to the channel. All your support's very, very much appreciated. It's also great to hear all your thoughts, your opinions and your critiques and all of these fragrances that feature throughout the 365 project. So don't forget to keep your comments coming down in the comments section. So as always, thank you once again for tuning in. Stay safe, keep smelling fresh, and I'll see you tomorrow for one that I was unaware of. Bye-bye for now.